Alright, I guess that's you will see me randomly dance throughout the entire weekend. That was fun. My name is Rob Gegner, and this is Guru Training Camp. And this is an event like you've never been to before. Who here has been to networking events, marketing events? Raise your hand. Okay. Who here has their own business? Like everybody. That's awesome. So who here? What are you looking to get out of this workshop? Hands. There.
To be honest, just
why each one of you are specifically here. It's because the gurus have been watching you for like the past 5 years. They've been bugging your phones. They've been like putting video cameras in your house plants. Because we're assembling a team of people. We want to give you knowledge. We want to make sure that you have the tools and the skills to go out there and help people build their businesses. We're creating an army of gurus. Now, guru has a bad connotation these days. It's like, what do you think when you hear the word guru?
Maharishi Mahesh Yogi.
Okay. Anybody else?
content that I repeat myself.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, the word guru comes from master and teacher, and most people, they throw around that word guru in the info marketing space, saying, oh, everyone's like against gurus, I don't want to be a guru, you can just be yourself, whatever it is. But we're here to teach you to be the guru of your own life, the master of your own business, and to create something that is going to be sustainable, that can actually get you enough income to live on and live the lifestyle, live the dreams that you want to for the rest of your life. So that's what we got here. Okay. Oh, I want to tell you a story. Action taking. So this is completely different than any event you've ever been to. This is all about action taking and what you can do in your business to take the right action. Anyone have any problems procrastinating? Putting things off?
I don't have any problem.
I remember when one of my first online businesses I started with a friend of mine. He got me into this online business, and we started around the same time. And it's so funny that two people can come together in the same exact opportunity, the same exact business, the same tools that they have exposure to, but one can like skyrocket to success, and another one will just like kick their tires and just kind of procrastinate and have shiny ball syndrome and go from one thing to another. And another one will just make thousands of dollars. Like my friend who I got started with at the same time, he made like $50,000 in a month or something like that. And I was just so in my head. I just didn't know what to do. I didn't have a plan of action. I didn't have a guide to take me along the path to success. I didn't know what to do. And so this is the game plan. Like, you guys are really lucky to be here. We're here to give you that action plan, that game plan. So you have your laptops out, and we're going to tell you exactly what you need to be doing. We're going to be telling you about Facebook marketing. We're going to be telling you about actionable steps. Like, I'm going to be helping you shoot videos. So that's one thing. After each speaker, you're going to be shooting a video of what you learned. So I'm going to come out with the camera and be like, shoot a video. So you're going to be able to take that video and use the hashtag Guru Training Camp, and you can put that up on Facebook. So we're going to be flooding the market with like hundreds of videos promoting this event and telling the world exactly what's going on here. So any other questions? No? Next person that I want to bring up, his name is Eric Flores. He's a really good guy. He's going to teach you what you need to know about how to break through and Let's bring him up. Eric Flores, everybody. Yeah, Eric, hey, wires. Switch them. You gotta switch them. Yeah, you step from wire. Don't worry about it, bro. Get around this.
Okay, one thing I do want to announce while they're setting up the microphone here, I'm really excited to see each and every one of you. It's an absolute pleasure. I really strung this together amongst the team of people to put this all together. It took a lot of energy and hard work and effort. What we do want to make sure is by the end of this event, by the end of today, you will have a system online in place that you're already driving traffic to, that you can already start seeing results. That's the intention for our first day here. So I want to make sure everybody has their laptop that's connected to the internet, and that you can start to go ahead and put that into place. Because as long as we're going to do things here. It's not one of those seminars where we're just going to talk. We're going to talk, and we're also going to do. So make sure you're connected to the internet. Make sure you're going to have access to doing those things. Yeah, and another thing is I've already said 3 times on these power cords, so let's really be careful about walking around here because there are more wires than I know what to do with. And I just try to throw water. Okay? And for a little bit more of a proper introduction for my buddy Eric here. A couple months ago, I just met him about, 2 months ago? Was it January? So it was in January. It's now May. And one of the things when we met and I was kind of sitting in his living room was I asked him an important question. I said, what do you want to do with your life? Right? What do you want to do? And he was like, oh, college or something. I was like, okay, great. Like, what do you really want to do? And he said he wanted to be a speaker. But when he said that to me, he said it like, you know how you've seen a person who's been kicked around a little bit, who hasn't been able to fully and completely just explore their passion because they're afraid of what people might say, right? When he told me he wanted to be a speaker, I said, let's do it. He goes, I want to be a motivational speaker. I said, yeah, you can do it. And that 1 second of me believing in him radically changed his life up until today, right? So I'm going to let him tell you the story, but sometimes it just takes a person to believe in you to really make things different in your life. So I want to welcome you, Eric Flores.
Yes, Eric. Wow, what a journey this has been in the past couple of months. My name is Eric Flores. I go by The Entrepreneur. And I'm here to tell you guys how to break through. I had a huge breakthrough about 3 or 4 months ago when I was sitting in my living room with my first ever mentor, Amir. And we were sitting there, we were talking, and we just got done with this big networking event. And it was so exciting, so much hype. There's a lot of guys in this room from that event. It was just it's always great to see these familiar faces. I was sitting there, and Amir just, casual talk. So Eric, like, what do you plan on doing with your business? Oh, at the time, I was going to college in San Diego State. I was doing, my thing. I was a business finance major. So I was like, I want to be a financial analysis kind of guy, blah, blah, blah. I wasn't passionate about it. It wasn't exciting me. So he's like, Eric, come on, bro, like, talk to me. What do you really want to do? And like a very, very timid voice, I was like, I want to be a motivational speaker. I want to speak in front of people. I want to inspire people. That's always been my dream. It's been my dream to stand up here and just talk to crowds just like this. And he goes, what's stopping you? And I was like, I'm afraid of what people think. And he goes, so repeat after me, Eric. I am a motivational speaker, and I'm just waiting on my next gig. As soon as I said those words, this huge sense of empowerment just struck me. It was the biggest breakthrough of my life. I was like, I am a motivational speaker. I'm just waiting on my next gig. And out of the burst of excitement on my biggest breakthrough, I jumped on top of my kitchen table. I had my first gig that night. I jumped on my kitchen table. in front of the huge crowd of 6 people in my living room. I spoke with conviction. I spoke from my heart. I was screaming at the top of my lungs. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm just waiting on my next speech. I was repeating Tony Robbins' Les Brown quotes just off the top of my head, and it was just so exciting. I actually inspired a few people that night to go out there and start taking action. And what if we all just take that slight burst of action? And that's where I just thought to myself, it's weird how one little decision just changed my life. One little slight edge of conviction just got me to where I am. And it was crazy because I come from a very scarce background. My family doesn't have the most. I grew up in a hostile environment. And it was weird how I just never let that get to me. I've seen so many kids I've grown up with just let their environment take control of them. Let it eat at them. Just take a look at the people around you right now. You're around the right set of people at the right time, at the right moment. This is a great spot, a great opportunity to really just network and to be a part of something different. This whole, internet marketing industry, it's constantly changing. And here we are at Guru Training Camp, the first of many, and you're about to be a part of history. You're the first to ever see this side. So, like I said, I want to welcome you all to Guru Training Camp. A little bit more about my story. So, crazy. I started about business in the network marketing industry about a year and a half, 2 years ago. Had minor success, made a couple $1,000s in my first month, and I was like, wow, I'm really good at the speaking thing. I just need to figure out how I can do that kind of scalable turn. Decided I was going to start networking. I wanted to be really successful. I was like, I need to meet with successful people. Started jumping around from Starbucks, really trying to network with these successful people, business people. I always figured most business people go to Starbucks, so I started going to Starbucks, trying to meet business people. Found out no one really successful hangs out at Starbucks. And then I heard about these events, and it was weird. That's when I met Amir. I heard about these events, and it was like, people pay thousands of dollars to go hang out at these events and listen and learn together. I need to be at those events. So being a broke college student struggling on the top rung about it, I didn't have that kind of money to spend. But I knew I was ambitious. I knew I was, a little bit, I had a slight edge compared to most people, and I took advantage. And what that advantage made me do was, it got me into these events. I decided I was going to dress the part, drive out to any of these events, sneak in through the back door, and then just sit there and listen and act like I was part of the gang. It was funny when people always ask me, like, hey, what's your name tag? Oh, you lost it in the parking lot. It's weird how these things happen. So, crazy thing, my life changed about February, a few months ago. Yeah, cool. San Diego, me and Amir went to this event. I snuck in, and it was great. We were networking with all these really successful entrepreneurs, people who built online businesses up into the hundreds of millions, people who've built small businesses and taken them to the hundreds of millions, and it was just fantastic meeting all these really successful people that I just didn't really, I felt like I was like in shock. Crap, like people actually do these things? Like crazy. And it kind of, me and Amir met a guy who kind of just led us out to Vegas one weekend, the next weekend actually, the following weekend. And me and Amir, we talked about it. We booked a flight out to Vegas like that night, and we flew out to Vegas. We went to an event with Marshall Silver. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Marshall Silver. Fantastic hypnotist, fantastic speaker. We went out there, networked, met many good, but I met a good buddy of mine who's sitting right here, and it was just a great opportunity to not only meet, but to really expand, because I was so, like, I guess you'd say, fed up with what I was doing that I really just put myself in the right surroundings, and it caused me to grow. I put myself in the most uncomfortable positions of my life that I had no choice but to grow. From Vegas, I made the decision that I was going to step away from college and follow my dream, follow my passions. And that's exactly what I did, and that's what exactly leads me here today. I stepped away, I decided I was going to be the next biggest thing. I decided I was going to make things happen. I decided I just wasn't going to be a part of the everyday, society that what they were wanting me to be. I remember sitting in one of my classes when I had a big break. My breakthrough was all in together. It was all together. So when me and Amir had the opportunity to move out to Houston and build a business, the only thing I ever heard was, say yes. Just say yes to opportunity. How much different would your life be if you just said yes? Most people, they get scared. They want to get comfortable. They want to conform. And there's nothing wrong with that. Not everyone's meant to be an entrepreneur. Not everyone's meant to own their own business. But those of you who are, those of you who are in this room that think different, that want to be different, those of you are the ones who are aiming to be the 3%. The 3% that think differently, act differently, and share differently. People want to, like I said, be conformed. They want to be into their little bubble. And that's exactly what I noticed myself doing at one point. I was okay with living the life I was living. I was okay when letting people tell me how to live my life. And it was depressing at one time. I realized it wasn't making me happy and it wasn't making me money. So I was like, why am I doing this? It's costing me more, it's costing me my time when I could be out in the real world doing something I'm passionate about. So that's exactly what I did. I decided I was going to step out, be passionate, and go out and make my dreams a reality. So don't ever think that what you're doing is crazy, because I've been called crazy a million times. I've been called crazy. My parents think I'm crazy. You should have heard it from the airport that day when I was in Vegas. But it's okay. One of the biggest lessons I've gotten this past couple months was by a mentor, Mark Overson. Mark Overson, I'm not sure if any of you are familiar with Mark Overson, but one of the biggest things I've learned from him was, it's okay. It was okay that I take this leap of faith, I follow my dreams, I fall flat on my face, I fail. What's the worst that can happen? I lose some money, go back to school maybe. It's okay. And that was just a big breakthrough. I was like, hey, it's okay if I do that. Maya Angelou, rest in peace, she just actually passed away. She once said, you may encounter many defeats, but you should not be defeated. You decide when you're defeated. You decide when it's time for you to give up. For me, it was never time to give up. For me, it was always, there was no failure, it was only feedback. It was up to me to decide that I could, take from what I've learned from the experiences I've had and grow them up to a bigger scale, make sure it never happened this time. I'm involved in a real estate business. I don't know how many of you are familiar with the real estate industry. So I just got involved in this industry about a few months ago. Decided I was gonna, go out and be the next real estate guru. And and funny thing was, I had my first property under contract, and I didn't really know what I was doing at the time. I just had a big ego boost. I'm like, I wanted to buy property. I wanted to be that guy. So I went out, put a property under contract. Didn't really know what I was doing. Ended up losing some money. Nothing too crazy, but it was a lesson. And I could have let that lesson, loss of money. I could have let that lesson just be like, wow, okay, I messed up with my first deal. I'm going to step away from the industry. But it wasn't like that. I said, okay, what did I learn? It cost me, that lesson, thank God it only cost me $100 before it cost me, thousands. But, I took that as a $100 seminar. It was that little slight $100 seminar that I know next time what I can do, the questions I need to ask, and who I need to reach in order to, make sure my deals and everything is complete. Hold on, right there, just a one. So I want you to ask yourself, what brings you here today? I want some answers, Liz. As far as what a lot of us said we're trying to get out of this, but what kind of breakthroughs are we trying to have? What kind of breakthroughs in our business? Anybody, any hands? Yep.
Trying to make money.
Yeah, I think that's why everyone's here, trying to make money, right? But it's crazy. Money is a great motive. keeps us alive at this time and point. But it's not, for me, it's not always been about the money. And don't get me wrong, I'm a man on a mission. My mission in life is to walk around, I'll tell you my mission in the whole next life is to be the next Tony Robbins. I'm trying to speak in front of crowds. I'm talking football fields, football stadiums. That's who I'm trying to be. And it's crazy because this is the very first event I'm actually speaking at. I've never had prior experience. Everyone's always told me, Eric, you want to be a motivational speaker? You're crazy. You've never had any communication skills. You've never learned. You never, took any speech classes. And at one point I thought, okay, valid argument. But I didn't let that argument get to me. I knew I was crazy, but then you got to be a little bit crazy, right? The people crazy enough to think they could change the world, haven't you noticed, usually are the ones that do it. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, be crazy, stay foolish, stay hungry, and don't be afraid to go out there and make mistakes, guys. Just ask yourself, what if? What if I say yes to this? A new business opportunity, a new way to do something in your business. What if we just say yes? And what if we take action immediately, just as I did? I took action, massive action, immediately, as soon as I told myself I was the motivational speaker. I was so competent, so confident in what I was saying that it wasn't that I needed other people to believe it. All it was is that I needed to believe it. I needed to be the one that says, I am this motivational speaker. I am the next Tony Robbins. I'm going to speak in front of thousands and thousands of people. And I stand here today speaking in front of like 20, 30 people. And this is probably one of the biggest crowds I've ever spoken in front of. And it's just a most fantastic feeling. I'm not nervous. I'm not afraid. I'm just so happy that I get to share a message, share a vision, share something with you. I'm so glad that you're all a part of this today. This is going to be a very, very big breakthrough. With Guru Training Camp, we plan on taking this very, very far. We plan on having it all across, the country apparently. It's going to be amazing. So welcome to the first one. I'm very, very excited that you're all here today. And I'm, more than appreciative. Thank you all for listening. Apologize for the brain fart before everybody. That happens sometimes.
Eric,
Of course.
just want to tell you you did a great job.
Thank you, Jay. I appreciate that.
The only first one.
Okay, so what I did right now is I added everybody into a private Facebook group called Guru Training Camp. Almost everybody is there. If you're not in it, it's 1820. I'm going to keep adding people. If you can go in there and add somebody that you know that is supposed to be in there, go ahead and do so now.
Okay.
So one of the things that makes this event a little bit different is that action-taking aspect that I was talking about before. Most events, you go into a room with like 2,000, 3,000, maybe a couple hundred people, whatever it is, and you're just sitting there, you're taking notes, you're absorbing the information. But when you come home, you don't really have a step-by-step action plan. You're not doing anything. So I was talking about procrastination before. This is actually forcing you to take action. And one of the things that I want to do right now, that I want to enforce as a habit throughout the entire weekend, is taking out your phone after every event. And I want to get used to, I'm going to be speaking tomorrow on crafting an effective message and to communicate effectively through video, how to be authentic, how to be genuine. I know I've gone through a couple people and I've asked them specifically what they, and I'm going to go to the ones that I haven't gone to before. What do you want to learn about video, making videos and creating videos and being able to effectively communicate through video? So one of the things that I want you to do right now is take out your phones, and you're going to get used to, and actually my intention for everyone, so this is your intention too, is to get 100% completely used to and comfortable being yourself on camera. Now, who's shot videos here before? Okay. And who feels 100% comfortable doing it? Quite a few. Awesome. Okay. Anyone who struggles to be yourself? Okay. 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 And okay. So take out your phones right now. And this is the interactive part. And I want you to shoot a video. Don't mind the noise. Don't mind the background. Just say hey, and just have them focus on your voice. Hey, I'm going to actually do it now. Hopefully there's enough room. Hey, what's going on? This is Rob Gegner. I'm here with a group of 30 excited entrepreneurs. We're changing the world. We're creating a better future. We're working on our businesses. We're working on our laptops. We're creating custom funnels and branding ourselves as the experts of our own lives. And we're taking this message to the world, and we're doing what we want because we're not slaves to the corporate America. We're not slaves to a job. We don't work a 9 to 5. We can travel wherever we want to go. We can do what we want to do. We can motivate ourselves. We don't need someone to tell us what to do every day because we are the leaders and the gurus and the masters of our own destiny. And we can create a future that is bright and brilliant and beautiful with all these amazing entrepreneurs. Now everyone do the same thing and use the keyword hashtag, what is it, Guru Training Camp. Let's hear it again! You also want to give a call to action too. Which I forgot to do. Email below. You want to say, yeah, you want to say, hey, leave a comment below, like this, share this, comment. Most people, okay, here's the thing with call to actions that it's kind of gotten misconstrued. They say, click the link below. It's like too salesy. Like you want, everyone's like, click the link below, click the link below, but you want to form a relationship with people first. And I'll go into that a little bit more. Really briefly, I'll go into more of my story tomorrow. But for those of you who don't know me, my name is Rob Gegner. About 4 weeks ago, this man right over here, Amir Mahmood,
Guilty.
called me up, and he had something very special in mind. He was like, I want to use this microphone, even though it's not there. It's a TV clip. I wanted to use a microphone to feel like I'm like actually I have a real event. Okay, so I asked him before, I was like, hey, can we get a microphone? Because I like the way it sounds. He's like, the room is so small. You don't need it. But I feel like I don't know what to do with my hands, so I need like a microphone that feel like so this works for me, right? So 4 weeks ago, this guy calls me up, and he's like, "Rob, does your life suck right now?" He's like, maybe, I guess so. I was working a job. I was doing door-to-door selling gas and electricity, helping people get discounts on gas and electricity. And it was one of those things that, huge opportunity, you can make millions of dollars, the energy business. My boss was a millionaire. He drove a Maserati or something like that. But I was burnt out. I was feeling like I was like dead inside. I couldn't go on, and my health was just shutting down. And that's kind of been a pattern in my life for the past 4 years. When I was actually diagnosed with Lyme disease, I was just running myself ragged, didn't know what was going on. I felt like mental fogginess and confusion until finally someone told me about the industry of network marketing, and then I got into internet marketing. So 4 weeks ago, he calls me up, and he's like, quit your job tomorrow. I'm buying you a one-way ticket to Houston, Texas. We're going to mastermind here, and you're going to make money on the internet. And I've made thousands of dollars online. And this is a chance to work with different entrepreneurs and really create that cohesive group. So, oh, actually, let's shoot that video now before I forget. So everyone stand up. Everyone stand up. This is the action taking. Don't video me, video yourself. And what you want to say is, put it in your own words. And actually say, hey, this is my name. I'm here at Guru Training Camp. I just saw Eric Flores, and this is what I learned, or this is what I've gotten so far. If you like this video, leave a comment below. That should be your call to action. Okay, so maybe take 2 minutes and do that.
Ready, set, go.
Hey, guys,
shooting videos right now. Just saw Eric Flores. It's pretty awesome. And I'm excited. You're excited? Comment below.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay.
Okay, let's hear it all. Okay, say everybody holler so we can. Talk to you later.
This is crazy. Like, it's so funny how a small group of people can come together and you have no idea the ramifications. You don't know what's going to happen in the future. This could turn into a giant movement. Like, think of yourself in the future. I want you to, take yourself into a future date and time where these people are now standing on stage in front of thousands of people, speaking life and inspiration. So, one guy I want to introduce right now. It's a funny story. He came up to me and my bow tie was crooked, and that just says something about his character. He was like, "Hey, let me help you with your bow tie. It's a little crooked." So I was like, "Okay," and he fixed it for me. And he's just a genuine person, and he's a master hypnotist. He is an NLP master. He's been doing this for years. He can help transform your life, and he's going to help you have a breakthrough right now. So he's going to help you step into the future and get rock solid, crystal clear on what your intentions, on what you want to create this weekend, what you want to create the next 30 days, income-wise, business-wise, what you want to create for the next 90 days and for the rest of your life. So I'd like to introduce William Wood.
Switch mics. Yeah, let's switch mics.
Can I set this right here? Would that be all right?
Not gonna be in your way.
Is everybody inside the Facebook group? I went into a frenzy adding everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool, because we're going to use that to do most of our communication between each other. You're not? Okay. We're going to use that for most of the communication between each other. If we have downloadables and other information for the event, it'll all be done. Right.
All right. Beautiful. All right, well, I think that is. So if you guys haven't gotten into the Facebook group yet, go into the Facebook group. There's a worksheet that we're going to be working from. Am I mostly tucked in?
Get a picture of this.
Yeah, I know. This is rocky. So, all right. Okay. Am I mostly put back together, at least enough? But yeah, so if you haven't gotten into the Facebook group yet, go into the Facebook group, pull up the worksheet. We're going to be going through it here, just starting in a quick minute. But let me go ahead and take a minute and introduce myself. My name is William Wood, and my career is as a hypnotherapist, as a hypnotist and NLP practitioner. I have an office in Salt Lake City, Utah, and in Ogden, Utah, and I spend my day helping people orchestrate breakthroughs. And I've been doing this since 2009. I've seen 5,000 clients, and I've helped people on 6 out of the 7 continents, right? So far, I'm still looking for a few people in Antarctica, so if you know anybody that is looking for a breakthrough in Antarctica, I'd love to go home now, just so I can say help somebody on every major continent planet. But what we're going to be focusing on over the next little bit is we're going to be focusing on orchestrating your breakthrough and planning out what it is that you want. There's a couple different pieces to this, so we'll dive into it here in a minute. First, a little bit more about me. In terms of NLP, what I do is I train people for NLP Institute of California, Tim Halbum's Institute, if you guys are familiar with him. He's one of the big players on the NLP scene. And I have some ideas that have really helped a lot of people out. On a one-on-one coaching level, I've helped people go from making almost nothing to breaking through the $1 million a year mark, which is super cool. I have about 15 clients that I've taken past the $1 million a year mark, helping them develop the business mindset that they need to develop to be able to do what needs to be done. So today, let's go ahead and let's dive down into it. You know, a quick question, does everybody know each other here? I feel like, who does not, raise your hand if you don't know at least one person in the room. Okay, and are there like 3 of us? Okay.
Everybody.
Okay, everybody know everybody? All right. No, let's, before we get into this, would it be all right, I think it'd be worthwhile for us to take like 5 minutes just to do like a brief introduction to see who's in the room. Would that be all right? Everybody okay with that?
Yes.
So I started, my name is William Wood, and I do hypnosis for a living, NLP, and let's just start right up here up front. If you can tell us your name, where you're from, and one interesting thing about yourself, I think that'd be brilliant. And would you guys like to learn a name learning strategy?
Yeah.
Would that be all right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. So a couple of interesting ideas. There's my wife, everyone wave my wife. Yeah, she came down to say hello. So this is a little thing that I use to remember names. It's helped me out a bunch. Sometimes, anybody ever forgotten a name? Yeah, always, all the time. You probably still will, but this will help out a bunch. All right, is that all right? And so basically, what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 things. We're going to imagine, first off, the person's name right on the forehead. Okay, so you guys can remember Will, right? And the second thing we're going to do is you're going to take your finger either on the desk, just like this, or just along the side of your leg. I literally have like thousands of names written on the side of my leg. You're just going to write down the name with your finger using a little bit of motion. Or if you have a pen and paper, you can write it down. But I actually recommend you don't write it down physically. You write it down just with a finger or something. And then you're going to repeat the name silently inside your mind 3 or 4 times. And in NLP, we talk about people being able to pay attention to 5 plus or minus 2 chunks. So what we're going to do is after we get 5 names, we're going to backtrack and we're going to see if everybody can get all the names in the room. For those of you that know most everybody in the room, this will be a little bit easier. For those of you that don't, I think you're going to be surprised at how fast you can do this. Little things like this can make all the difference in the world. So, Will, I'm from Utah, right? Go ahead, stand up.
My name is Agustin Chicapo. I came from Monterrey, Mexico. I am an entrepreneur in many businesses.
Okay, so Augustine, is that right?
Yeah.
So Augustine, everybody see it on his forehead? You got it? Okay. So everybody, Augustine. Augustine. We got it. Go ahead, stand up.
I'm Lois Myers, and I am a realtor with the Houston Association of Realtors. For 35 years I've lived in Houston, and the reason I'm here is to make that breakthrough
Nice.
in internet marketing and Power Network.
Okay, great. So Lois.
Yeah.
So yes, Lois. Okay. Our camera guy. Camera guy, you got to introduce yourself. You're part of the group. So go ahead.
Stand up.
Well, you can stay there because you're operating equipment.
My name's Evan Marsh.
Evan Marsh. Evan. And you're from Houston here?
South Side.
South Side. Okay. We got Evan right here, right? Okay. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm Sean Luca. I live in Denver, Colorado. I work for United Airlines, and I hope to get my internet business up and rolling.
Okay, great. So Sean. And I know you've already introduced yourself.
Yeah.
So we got
Rob Degner.
Rob.
From New York originally, live here now. Rob, and I'm writing that on my thing.
Rob. There you go. Now let's test, okay? So we've got Rob, Sean, Evan, Lois, Augustine. Not bad. Pretty good, right? Okay, cool. Let's go ahead and start right back there.
My name is Tammy Jackson, and I am from Hillsborough, New Jersey, and I'm an entrepreneur advocate in internet marketing.
Andrew, all right, cool, nice.
I'm Tom Tooley, a local guy here in Texas, live in Lake Livingston. I'm here to learn more about marketing. I'm a retired corporate manager, and I'm glad to be out of that world.
Nice.
Tom.
Okay.
I'm also Tom.
Oh, wow. Tammy, you can change your name. You got a table of teens over here.
See over here?
Yeah, Tom.
Now from Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah.
Okay. Full-time marketer since 2009.
Oh, great. Yeah, Tom.
Nice.
This is my wife, Andrea.
I'm Andrea, also from Utah, and mother of 5. And that's what I do. I love it.
Andrea.
Thank you.
Andrea, there we go.
Jamie Davis, I'm from Kansas, the Wizard of Oz state.
Pay no attention to the man.
The wizard up there. And I'm here to learn as much as I can this weekend. I've just ran into lots of different blocks that I need to bust through, and I'm ready to go.
Okay. Virginia, so let's backtrack again. Let's see if we can get everybody in the room. Is that all right? So we've got Virginia, Andrea, Tom, Sammy, Rob, Sean, Evan, Lois, Augustine. Not bad. Are you guys doing better than usual? Yeah. That's cool. You seeing the names of the foreheads? We're going to make you guys mix up later today. Make sure we got it right. Yeah, I have a nice big forehead, so it's easy to see my name. Some of you guys, it's a little bit sketchy. You know, there's just a little bit of room. But you could write with like 24-point font right here, like 72-point font. Even on the back of my head, as it turns out. Room there. So we'll go ahead and do a chunk of, let's see, 5, and then we'll do 4. So why don't we start right back over there?
All right, so my name is Michael, and I'm also from Phoenix, Arizona. And in the past week, I have graduated, gotten married, and been on 2 vacations, and here I am on the 3rd.
Okay, and Michael, where did you say you're from?
Phoenix.
Phoenix, okay, so Michael from Phoenix.
I'm Becca from Houston on the south side of the I trying to make a full-time income online. I lost my job about 8 months ago, and I loved it. So now I'm starting a new life, and I love it too.
And here you are.
Here I am.
Okay, so Becca.
Yes.
Becca. All right, good. Hello, my name is Nicholas, and I am from New Jersey, and I'm actually really excited. I know Jersey's in the house.
But yeah, I'm actually a freelancer. I actually like to just travel, be free. I've linked up with a lot of cool guys inside this room, so I'm already hyped up for this event. And wherever we go from here, I'll be there too.
Okay, Nicholas.
Nicholas.
I'm Jeff. I'm from Columbus, Ohio, land of the free and home of the Buckeyes. I am a licensed NLP trainer, and as you might imagine, Columbus is not exactly the hotbed of that sort of interest, so I am here to learn how to draw people in from other areas to fill my classes.
Thanks. Good to have you. Your name one more time, I missed it. Jeffrey. Okay, so Jeffrey, we have 4 here. Go ahead.
My name is Francisco Borquist. As of 2 months ago, I was I had a full-time job as an engineer. That's in my past. Now I want to be an entrepreneur, doing marketing, marketing, learn about that, investments, and I got here yesterday, and actually yesterday I was on the phone with Amir in the morning. I wasn't planning on coming, and then after talking to him, like, okay, I'll be there in 8 hours.
All right. Nice. So Francisco. Yes. All right. So let's backtrack. So we have Francisco, Jeffrey, Nicholas, Becca,
me Harish. I'm a digital advertiser. I'm originally from New York. Anybody from Long Island in here? All right.
I'm on my way to San Diego. I've lived in China for 5 years, and my intention this weekend is to help each and every one of you understand Facebook advertising. So,
Great. Very cool. Thank you, Sweet.
Alright, should I do me and my son since he's in the bathroom?
Sure. Yeah. Well, no, you know what? Let's let him introduce himself when he comes back. If he comes back. Oh, I'm out of here. We're introducing ourselves.
I do financial consulting, and I'm also expanding my business with my wife and my son to do some internet stuff, internet advertising, build a business online, and also get my name brand online for financial consulting. And I'm here to learn a bunch, and hopefully I can get some breakthroughs.
Cool. So, Jacob. Yeah. Jacob, thanks.
Hi everyone, I'm Angelito Felix. I'm a digital nomad. I love to travel, and I fell in love with the coffee shop lifestyle, 7 years ago, and I've been living since. So now I'm in Houston. Next week I'll be in San Diego, and if you find me 2 trees, I'll stick my hammock there, and you can find me.
Angelito.
Hey guys, my name is Ben Jakes, full-time lifestyle designer, and my intention with this weekend is to just show you guys how to really close a lot of sales one-on-one over Facebook Messenger without having to pull around a lot of the complicated stuff. I'm originally from Maryland, but thanks to the internet and all this, moving to sunny San Diego in 4 days with a few other people in this room, so pretty stoked about that, and just want to really soak up everything from everybody here and really, just take things to the next level.
Great. Name one more time.
Benjamin.
Benjamin. Okay. Benjamin. So let's go ahead and backtrack. No, let's see. Are we at 5? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Summer.
Okay, so I'm Summer Bragg, and 2 months ago, less than 2 months ago, I was working full-time as an engineer, and now I'm working full-time doing internet marketing and outsourcing. So, what else was I supposed to say?
That's it? That's
good, yeah.
There's a huge difference once you start to put names to people's faces. Have you noticed that the feel of the room changes a little bit? Did you connect everybody else? Okay, cool. So let's backtrack. So we've got Summer, Benjamin, Angelito, Jacob, Sumit, Francisco, Jeffrey, Nicholas, Becca, Michael, Tammy, Tom, Andrea, Virginia, Augustine, Lois, Evan, Sean, and Rob. Not bad. Not bad. Okay, so we got just a few more, and then we'll go ahead and we'll move into the core of what we're going to be doing today.
Hi guys, I'm Joe. I came here under Amir. I'm an avid learner and trainer underneath him. I gathered as much information and knowledge as I can from him, and I hope to share as much as I can with you guys, because it's helped me so far now.
Thanks. Joe. Yeah. I know you were already up here, but let's have you introduce yourself one more time.
My name is Eric Flores, from sunny San Diego. Moved out here on a whim, as I've told you guys. And it's great to be here.
Okay, cool.
Eric.
Right. Hey, what's up, everyone? I'm Ross. I'm from New York, and full-time real estate entrepreneur, and I live here now in Houston. And I work with Amir and Eric, and it's great to be here.
Ross.
Thank you.
Hey, what's up? My name is Sid. I met Amir a couple months back out in Arizona. I've been through many, many different experiences in my life, and I'll share them with you guys tomorrow.
Okay. Rock and roll. So Sid. So should we try to backtrack the room?
Yeah.
Or should we try to do it out of order? Yeah. All right. I'm just going to point here and see how we do. Well, we will start with Sid. Okay. In the back. Francisco. Tom. That's right. Virginia. Augustine. Perception. Benjamin. Okay. Jacob. Sweet. All right, over here. That's right behind. Michael. Okay. Eric. Ross. Everybody know me here? We can get him to introduce himself. Lois. Sean. Okay. Have I missed somebody? I probably missed a few people in the back. Jeff. Okay, we got the other Tom, I think. Tom, we got Tom there, right? We got Joe. Evan, right? Andrea. Okay. Everybody pretty good as you're looking around? Nicholas. Yeah, Nicholas in the back, man. There we go. Right there. Okay. Good job, man. So listen, let's each give each other permission. If you forget somebody's name, just go up and shake hands. I think one of the powers in bringing a group together is leveraging the network, right? How many of you guys have gone to an event? The event was awesome, but then you formed a relationship out of that event that led to making thousands and thousands or tens of thousands of dollars, right? And so perhaps even more important than what's said from the front of the room is the ability to figure out who else is in the room and then to develop a relationship that then leads to something amazing. So glad to have all you guys here. Thanks for giving me the 10 minutes or so it took to introduce me. We'll let Bailey introduce himself when he comes back. So we want to get right down into it. We all know the importance of the goal. When I'm coaching breakthroughs in my office, one of the things that I've observed is that when you have a really well-defined goal, it's about half the effort. 50% of the work is done just by gaining clarity and deciding what it is that you really want, and perhaps even to decide what it is that you don't want, right? So there's a difference between an intention and an outcome. An intention is this is the direction I'm going. This is what I want to accomplish. This is what I want to do. This is going to be interactive, so we're going to have you guys write this down. You're at home. When you guys are finishing up, my intention for this weekend is really twofold. I have an intention for myself and an intention for the group. Now, an intention is a little bit fuzzier than a goal. We're going to get the goals here in a minute. We're going to get really laser focused. But my intention is two things. One is for myself, I want to get to know as many of you as I can. I know that in this room right now with us, there is an incredible depth of talent, ability, and resource. And it's my goal to connect with as many of you as I can, getting to know who you are, what you're about, what your skills are, what your talents are, what your abilities are. And that's what I want for me. For the group, what I want to do is I want to help orchestrate a massive breakthrough, to help gain the clarity that's needed to be able to become that laser-focused beam that can cut through steel, right? That can even cut a diamond. And so I want to help you guys get whatever it is that you want. Because I know that something motivated you to come here. There's a reason why most of you jumped on a plane to fly out here. There's a hope, there's a dream, there's something inside of yourself that you want. There's something that motivates you enough to spend your time and your money to come here. And whatever that is, I will do whatever I can in the context of the next 3 days to help each and every one of you break through, whether that's here in the room or whether it's in conversation. So look at your intentions for today, for the weekend. And then we probably don't have time for everybody to share, but I'd like to get 4 or 5 people to share and just say, this is what I want. This is a great time to announce it to the rest of the room as well, to make sure that everybody else can help support. So, sure, Evan, go ahead.
I want a mansion in the Woodlands. I want to sell some oil, and I want a Lamborghini.
Okay. All right, fair enough.
And about $1 billion.
Fair enough. Is it by the end of the weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good deal. Okay, we'll take a couple more. Jacob.
As I expect to get focused and motivated by this.
Focused and motivated, correct? Yeah. Well, this is fine. This is not for now. Just a general direction. Go ahead.
Do you remember my name?
I do, Tammy.
That was good.
Yeah.
My intention before the weekend is over is to have a clear direction for all the components for my business to be put together, knowing who's going to do what, when they're going to do it, and when the actual launch is going to take place for my business.
Okay, so they have all the components for your business to launch and to go in. Yeah, great. And just think, if you have anything you can contribute to Tammy or to Jacob, this would be a great time to do it. Okay, who else? I saw a few more hands. Go ahead.
I basically want to have an outline or a step-by-step process to implement a strategy to make at least 3 sales by the end in 3 days.
Okay, so you'd like to have strategies in place so you can make 3 sales by the end of the weekend. Fantastic. I love it. Okay, Virginia?
I would like to have a clear picture of where I'm going, some very good marketing tips to use, feel comfortable about making a video, and feel the power of success and establish relationships.
Awesome. I love it. Okay.
I'd like to know how to convert both ads and emails into sales. It's the conversion with the wording or what it is. How do we actually get sales through conversion?
Okay, so you're really focusing on conversions. And that's what you're focusing on.
Emails or and ads? Both.
Emails and ads.
And that includes headlines, the words with headlines.
Okay, awesome. Okay, anybody else? Take 1 or 2 more.
I'm going to be crystal clear on my vision.
Crystal clear on your vision. For your business or for
my business? Yeah.
And?
My business and for my future.
Okay, so for your business and for your future. Nice. Anybody else? Okay.
I just want to have a solid business plan and the knowledge to implement that plan.
A business plan and the knowledge to implement it. Okay, great. And for those of you who didn't share, when you do have a minute, as you're introducing yourself or getting to know people, I think it'd be a good thing to start off just stating your intention right away. Can we all give each other permission to do that? So basically, as we're going up and shaking hands, hey, Jeffrey, I haven't had a chance to chat with you. What's your intention for this weekend? And then my intent is going to be up, and I'm going to be seeing how is it that I can create a space to help Jeffrey get what he wants, right? So that he can create the kind of business that he wants. Or if Sumit has a specific intention, how can I help Sumit? Do I have something? Do I know somebody? Is there some information I can connect him with to really make a big difference? And if we all do that, doesn't matter what's said at the front of the room, we will all get massive breakthroughs by the end of the week. Hey, Bailey, stand up, introduce yourself, man.
Hi there, I'm Bailey. I don't know how to say I was on the double bar.
Yeah. Bailey. So Bailey, 19 years old. I think he's the youngest one in the room. Is that right? Anybody younger than Bailey?
12.
12. And a motivational speaker already. So, okay. Thank you, Bailey. So good. So let's go ahead and dive into the worksheet. So now I'm gonna let you guys work through it at your own pace. But let me just go ahead and so a lot of this presentation is actually going to be fairly quiet for a little while. You guys are going to be going through it, but I want to make sure that everybody understands what each of the questions are. So can I just read the questions out loud real quick?
I don't have it.
You got to go into the Facebook group.
I have the Facebook.
Okay, we'll make sure you get it here. Okay, so let me just read through the questions here. First question: what specifically do you want? Okay, now Evan here jumped ahead a little bit, right? Evan jumped ahead to the goals, the applicants, right? This is where you want to say, I want a Lamborghini, I want to sell oil, I want to do whatever. You literally want to drill this down to whatever it is that you want. So this is not the place to say something like, I want peace and happiness and love for us all, okay? You need to be a little bit more specific. Or I want to be rich. I was at this conference, this guy walks up, and he heard that I'd done a bunch of coaching with a bunch of high-level people and made a lot of money. He's like, I want to be rich. I was like, cool, right? And he goes, can you help me? And I said, maybe.
what do you want? And he goes, I want to be filthy rich, right? Okay, so you want to be filthy rich? He goes, yeah. And I go, what does that mean, filthy rich? I don't even know what that means. He goes, you know, filthy stinking rich. So much money, I don't even know what to do with it. And I'm like, clearly, you don't know what to do with the money you got, right? Because you can't pin down a number, right? And so he couldn't tell me what it is that he wanted. And man, this conversation went on in loops for about 15 minutes. And finally, I'm like, dude, I can't help you. You don't know what you want. Do you want $5,000 a month? Do you want 100 customers? Do you want to, 100 franchises across the country? What specifically do you want? What I have in here is, can the outcome pass the videotape test? Here's what the videotape test is. Could Evan videotape the result, right? If he couldn't, you don't have a goal. And you want this to be nailed down specific. So take some time, go ahead and do that, and so hey, let's just read through them. What's the context in which you would like the result? Is it the context of your business, in the context of your home life, in the context of something else? What will your outcome get for you? This is where you're going to talk about your why. How will you know when you've achieved what you want? Again, this is the evidence step. This is the step that lets you know it's done. So for example, if your goal is to create an ad that gets 100 people to respond, you can look and see 100 people in your autoresponder. If it's an income goal, I want to make $1 million. You're looking in your back office or you're looking in your bank statement, you literally see $1 million deposited, whatever it is, right? How motivated are you to achieve your outcome? 0 to 100. 0, no motivation. 100, total motivation. Be honest. This isn't the time to, when I'm in my office, I basically have one rule, right? And the rule is no BS. No BS. Doesn't help you, doesn't help me. If you're at 100, write 100. If you're like at 20, that's good enough. It means there's something off. You're at a 70. It's like, yeah, most of me's in, but like part of me's not. We want to know that. The next few questions. Do you have any reservations in pursuing your outcome 100%? If so, what are they? Write down your reservations. Any reasons why achieving the goal might not be in your own best interest, the best interest of those closest to you, family, etc. Same thing. Oftentimes, when we get into goal setting, we come from the positive thinking mindset. We want to avoid anything that's negative. When you're setting a goal, you want to be aware of any resistances or anything that's keeping you from wanting to go for it 100%. If there isn't anything, that's fine. If there is, if you found yourself hesitating, if you find yourself vacillating a little bit in going for it, you want to put that down. You want to write down what is it that's keeping you from going for it all out. That's going to be the key to unlocking your breakthrough, and it's going to be different for each and every one. What stopped you from having what you want already? Internal challenges, mindset challenges. I procrastinate. I can't keep a focus. I start and I stop. Internal resources would be resources inside the self. External resources would be things like relationships, mentors, software, whatever it happens to be. And for the last 3 questions, then what resources are you missing? How are you planning on getting your outcome? What's the next step? And then write a paragraph that talks about achieving your outcome, achieving your goal. So I'm gonna stop talking for a little while. We're going to give everybody about a half an hour to go ahead and get through as much of this as you possibly can. And I'll be rubbing around if you guys have a specific question. I can answer those questions. I think Amir can probably answer those questions. There's probably several others. Jeffrey, who's been probably well trained as well. So anybody that has some questions about the worksheet, feel free to grab us and we'd be happy to help you out. So rock and roll. Dive into it, guys. Was that? Yeah. You can't bring it up? I can probably put it in a... Did anybody else not pull it up?
I'm
about to print some out.
Sid is about to print some out, so if you want to write them down as well.
What's that?
Sid is about to print out a series.
How many do we want? 1 forward?
Yeah,
How many like?
Print 30 out.
30.
That's okay.
I'll see what I can do. I think your foot is.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, brother. You straight. So I got something more. Yeah. All right. That's right. No drinks. Not even a date. In terms of a time frame, we should probably be focused in on a 90-day time frame.
90 days.
90 days. Yep. All right, well, let's see that. I have it over to you in a second. I've got it. Do a format issue.
Context.
Where would you like it? Who would you like it as the context? Is it a goal or is it a personal goal? Where will
Business and personal. Right together.
Yeah, so who will you be, where will you be, how will it be done?
You can try to